AI is already replacing some of the exact jobs young people use to start with. And if you are studying for one of them right now, your future may already be changing. Imagine spending 4 years getting a degree, paying thousands of dollars, studying late at night, taking exams, building your resume, dreaming about your first real job. Then you graduate, you apply. 10 jobs, 50 jobs, 100 jobs, and nothing happens. Not because you are lazy, not because you are unqualified, but because the role you trained for is quietly disappearing. This is already happening, and the most dangerous part is that many people still do not realize it. Artificial intelligence is not just changing the future, it is changing hiring right now. Goldman Sachs estimated that AI could impact hundreds of millions of jobs globally. Not all of those jobs will disappear, but many will be automated, reduced, or fundamentally transformed. And some of the most exposed jobs are entry-level positions, the exact jobs young people depend on to start their careers. Let's talk about 3. The first is customer support. A few years ago, customer support was one of the most accessible ways to enter the workforce. No elite degree required. Large companies hired aggressively. Remote work made it even more attractive. Today, AI chat systems can answer thousands of customer questions instantly. 24 hours a day, no breaks, no salary, no training period, no burnout. That does not mean every support job disappears, but it absolutely means fewer humans are needed. The second is junior content writing, blog drafts, product descriptions, email copy, basic research writing, the kind of work many beginners used to do. AI now produces rough drafts in seconds. Is it always perfect? No. But from a business perspective, it is often good enough. And good enough can be dangerous when budgets are tight. The third is administrative work, scheduling, documentation, data organization, meeting summaries, internal reports, tasks that used to justify hiring assistants or junior office staff. Now software handles much of it automatically. And this is where the real problem begins, because entry-level jobs are not just jobs. They are how people enter adulthood. They are the first rung of the ladder, the place where experience begins. When companies remove those roles, the ladder gets shorter. And for young workers, that can feel terrifying. Now, before this sounds hopeless, not every career is equally exposed. Some jobs are far harder to replace. Let's talk about 3 of them. The first is skilled trades, electricians, plumbers, HVAC technicians, jobs that require physical work, unpredictable environments, and hands-on decision-making. AI can assist these industries, but replacing them entirely is far harder. The second is healthcare roles involving human care. Nurses, therapists, hands-on medical professionals, because healthcare is not just information, it is trust, human interaction, physical judgment, and emotional intelligence. The third is relationship-driven sales, not simple transactional selling, but high-trust sales where relationships matter, because humans still buy from humans when trust and persuasion matter. So no, AI is not replacing everything equally, but that does not remove the bigger economic threat. Because the real danger is not just job replacement, it is what happens when an entire generation struggles to get its first opportunity. Think about it. What happens when young adults cannot find stable work? They delay moving out. They postpone buying homes. They avoid taking loans. They spend less. They delay marriage. They postpone starting families. And suddenly, what looked like a hiring problem becomes a full economic problem because young workers are not just employees. They are consumers, future homeowners, taxpayers, investors. The economy depends on people entering the system, and if fewer people can enter, growth slows. This is why labor market shifts matter so much, and AI may accelerate those shifts faster than many governments or institutions are prepared for. Now, to be fair, history shows technological revolutions often create new jobs. The internet created entirely new industries. Computers changed offices forever. Automation transformed manufacturing. AI will create opportunities too. That is true. But the real question is timing. How quickly will old jobs disappear, and how quickly will new jobs appear? Because timing changes everything. A new industry 5 years from now does not help someone who needs work today. And this creates something dangerous. A generation caught in transition, too late for the old system, too early for the new one. That uncertainty changes behavior. Confidence drops, anxiety rises. People begin questioning whether education still matters, whether hard work still matters, whether the rules changed without warning, and in some ways, they already have. Because companies are not asking, how do we hire more junior workers? They are increasingly asking, how do we do more with fewer people? That makes business sense, but social consequences can be severe. And here is the uncomfortable paradox. Businesses still need future talent, but if fewer young workers gain experience, where do tomorrow's experts come from? Where do future managers come from? Future analysts, future leaders? Because experience has to begin somewhere. Remove enough entry points and you create a long-term talent problem. Now zoom out even further. This is not only about jobs, it is about social stability, housing demand, consumer spending, mental health, political trust. Because people who lose economic hope behave differently. They spend differently, vote differently, take risks differently, live differently. And when enough people feel locked out, entire societies feel that pressure. So no, this is not a story about robots taking over the world. This is something quieter and perhaps more dangerous. A slow reshaping of the economic ladder, where some opportunities disappear faster than new ones emerge. And for young workers trying to start their lives, that may be one of the biggest challenges of this decade. So the question is not whether AI will change the workforce. It already has. The real question is this: will the next generation adapt fast enough? Or will their first real job disappear before they ever get the chance?